pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. I am Erica May Carolino from the 3rd year BA of Class 2 and I am one of the reporter for today. So, I am going to discuss to you about school leadership. So, what comes first in your mind when you hear the word leadership? In a school, different people are assigned duties and made responsibilities at the same time. They are also given due powers to discharge their duties effectively. School is an institution designed for the teaching of students, or what we call the pupils or the learners, under the direction of teachers. Educational institutions are served as organizations. Your school is an organization. Good leadership in school is vital for improving the learning outcomes of the students. Learn how to boost your school leadership capabilities. Good leadership in schools is the practice of encouraging and enabling school-wide teaching expertise in order to achieve a strong rate of progress for all learners. So, I can say that this leadership can be driven by principals and executive staffs in traditional leadership rules as well as by school leaders and teachers without defined leadership rules. So, it is important to understand what the benchmark is for good leadership in schools and how it can be used to drive lasting change. Now, let us define what is leadership. So, leadership is an essential factor that contributes to the successful operation of an organization. The demand for high-quality instruction to improve student learning is one of the many possible things to consider for initiating reforms within an educational institution. While it is believed that school leadership is only secondary to teaching in terms of its impact to student learning. So, the high quality of instruction delivered by teachers is influenced by school leaders because they take part in the selection process of hiring teachers. Thus, leadership is considered as the vital effectiveness of educational institutions. School leaders' primary function is to take charge of management of the school. They are expected to have collective vision and also mission of the future direction of the organization that is clearly understood by its stakeholders in order to meet the school organization's goals and objectives. According from Christie, Thompson, and Wetherly of 2009, they believe that getting the right people to become school leaders is very important, and by providing them with competencies to be effective leaders is critical to their profession. So, they determine some following important aspect of a school leader's role to be highlighted. So, let us have developing a deep understanding of how to support teachers. So, school leaders should understand the need of teachers that will capacitate them in order to become effective teachers. Next one, managing the curriculum in ways that promote student learning. So, learners have different learning styles. Yes, they do have different learning styles. So, hence, curriculum shall carefully manage accordingly by planning for appropriate strategies in curriculum delivery that suit the learning styles of students. Last, developing the ability to transform schools into more effective organizations to foster powerful teaching and learning for all students. Transformational leadership is one of the leadership theories that requires leaders to have passion and energy to achieve great things. Syempre, kung isang leader ka, kailangan na passionate ka sa ginagawa mo to become effective leader. So, leaders should have in-depth understanding of powerful teaching and learning through the use of brain-based instruction that promotes active inquiry, in-depth learning, and performance assessments, including culture of excellence that will lead to the effective teaching and learning. Leadership is inherent to the teaching profession. Kaakibat ng iyong profesyon ang pagiging isang leader. Pero hindi mo masasabi na ang bawat profession or tao ay kinakakitaan ng, kumbaga, tinatamasa niya yung pagiging isang ahead or leader. Kumbaga, masasabi mo lang siyang leader kapag kaya niyang i-facilitate or may kapasidad siya na gawin ang isang bagay without any help or through the guide of others. So, kaya niyang tumayo sa sarili niyang mga paa. Next one, according to Jackson, cited in ASCD of 2015, teachers, leaders transcend formally defined rules in building, which means that every teacher or any teacher at some point in their career becomes a leader. So, the rules and responsibilities of teachers nowadays are becoming more complex or flexible in view of the reforms in education brought about by global demand. So, our lives have been changing. So, hindi natin mapipigilan yung pagbabago. So, the skills required for teachers is no longer just for teaching but also include administrative functions that required of a teacher leader. According to Gabriel 2005, teacher leaders possess a semblance of authority but no formal power. While not all leadership positions are formal in nature and are not fixed, every school teacher do not serve or may not have served as official leaders but may be assigned to leadership roles. So, among these roles that teacher leaders may assume are the following. So, we have grade level or the subject coordinator. So, this may include instructional leadership and administrative functions. So, next one, department chair or the coordinators. So, they serve as the liaison officer between administration and collegius. So, next, curriculum and assessment specialists. So, they lead teachers to follow curriculum standards and develop appropriate assessment. Next one, mentor or the coach. So, they serve as the mentor for co-teachers. So, sila yung mga nagfa-facilitate halimbawa sa mga baguhang teacher wherein they mentor every yung mga baguhang teacher. So, next one, facilitator. They facilitate professional development. According to UCUL of 2013, leadership is different from managers. So, it includes motivating subordinates and creating favorable conditions for doing their work, which is considered as one of the important managerial rules. So, leaders can influence the effectiveness of an organization through the help of the following. So, we have the choice of objectives and strategies to pursue, the motivation of members to achieve the objectives. Next, the mutual trust and cooperation of members. Siyempre, hindi ka naman magiging isang effective leader or school leader kung wala yung tiwala at kooperasyon ng nasasakupan mo or ng mga co-teachers mo or subordinates mo. Next, the organization and coordination of work activities. Kung hindi ka magiging aktibo sa mga gawaing pampaaralan, hindi ka ma-promote or magiging isa ang leader ng school. Next, the allocation of resources to activities and objectives. Siyempre, kinakailangan na naka-allocate or nasa tamang pamamaraan or aktibidad at yung mga objectives mo, kinakailangan nakasettle and napapanahon siya kumbaga or para sa kapakanan ng lahat. Next, the development of members' skills and confidence. Hindi lang dapat ikaw yung aangat, kundi ganun din yung mga co-teachers mo wherein they can explore and discover their hidden talents and mas mabuboost pa yung confidence nila. Next, the learning and sharing of knowledge by members. Hindi kinakailangan na yung opinion mo lang yung or yung charisma mo lang yung nasa straight to the point mo, kumbaga, kundi kailangan rin ng idea or thoughts ng iba or opinion nila. Next, enlistment, support, and cooperation from outsiders. So, kinakailangan mo rin ang suporta at cheer up ng iba. Hindi laging nakadepende yung pagiging isang leader through yourself lang, kundi kailangan mo rin ang iba. Next, the design of formal structure, programs, systems, and the shared beliefs and values of members. Yan yung pinakakailangan mo to be an effective leader, wherein it can build up and boast your personality and capabilities also from others' perspective or experiences. Ika nga nila, experiences are the best teacher. Becoming an effective leader or teacher at the same time requires time, passion, perseverance, and competency, not just to influence students but also to make meaningful changes in their lives while attending school and even in the outside school premises. ASCD of 2015 emphasized the need to advance the role of a teacher as a leader by initiating teacher leadership training the moment that the individual begins their teacher preparation work. This will help them in demonstrating skills in managing and planning for high level of quality instruction suited to the needs of students that will prepare them in fast changing needs of society. So, I will discuss to you three different various leadership styles. So, let us explore what are those, define what are those three various leadership styles. Number 1, instructional leadership. So, the primary role of a school principal is to promote learning and make students successful in their academic endeavor. It requires instructional leadership that is critical to the success and effectiveness of the curriculum and instructions. So, instructional leadership is based on three-dimensional approach which includes defining school's mission, managing the school instructional program, and promoting a positive school climate. So, that was according from Hallinger of 2010 as cited in Nedelco 2013. So, it is being shared with teachers through coaching, reflection, collegial investigation, study teams, exploration, and problem solving. So, this instructional leaderships promotes collaboration between the school principals and teachers to develop curriculum and instruction in order to improve students' performance. So, Hallinger also defines that this is a leadership which is being focused predominantly on the role of a school head in coordinating, controlling, supervising, and developing curriculum and instruction. So, masasabi ko na this instructional leadership is very effective when it comes in the curriculum and in instruction because through different instructional leadership or this what we call instructions, learners and the teachers will develop and improve their different capabilities and performance when it comes in learning. So, the second the various style of leadership was transformational leadership. So, according to Bass and Riggio of 2006, this leadership theory was conceptualized by James MacGregor Burns during 1978. So, transformational leaders are of leaders who inspire their followers to achieve extraordinary outcomes by inspiring them and in the process develop their own capacities. So this leadership approach supports the instructional leadership style, wherein it focuses in developing one's capacity to innovate and support the development of changes to practices of teaching and learning. So, transformational leadership. So, for me, it is also important in order to become a school leader or to be effective school leader, wherein you need to transform or inspire from others or those different extraordinary achievements of others, wherein it can pursue you to go further and do more and become more a better leader of your schools. So, let us now move on to the third various style of leadership. So, we have distributed leadership. So, it is considered as a shared effort by more than one person. It serves interests of systematic thrivability by promoting patterns of joint optimization of shared visions, values, and individuals among groups rather than maximization of any subset of particular individual interests. So, in education setting, distributed leadership draws from different perspectives to support instructional leadership team by establishing a system of improving curriculum and instruction through collaboration. So, collaboration and cooperation will take the lead in order to become a good school leadership. So, it is believed that leadership can be more effective when it is distributed among group of individuals with different competencies but a shared mission and vision to foster culture of learning, or what we call the school, wherein meron siyang mga effective leaders also na nasa baba niya, wherein it focuses the shared mission and vision ng school and also foster different cultures and beliefs na ang bawat mag-aaral or individual ay kakakitaan ng magandang reflection at pagkatuto. In addition, I do have research with this, and I have here some 5 top skills of good school leaders. So this was according to the study of eSchool News. So, number 1, leading through teaching and learning. School leaders' role was to lead the way in driving teaching and learning outcomes first and foremost. This involves setting expectations about the school learning practices and ensuring the organization's values and behaviors underpin a focus on improving student success. So, good leadership seeks to innovate in the field of education, of course. Any school leadership or good leadership always seeks the innovation or the success. Keeping up to date with the latest developments while also seeking feedback from school staff and students. So, kinakailangan na up to date din dapat yung mga latest development mo. Kumbaga, halimbawa, kapag yung isang school, kinakailangan na pala ng pagbabago, kumbaga halimbawa, yung school kailangan na yung area or yung place na yon is may mabago, halimbawa, kinakailangan nang ayusin yung mga upuan. So, kinakailangan na magkaroon ka ng feedback from your staffs or students wherein kailangan na pala, oras na pala napalitan ito, or kinakailangan na pala ng latest development from this old style or old model of a chair. So, beyond their own school, leaders should encourage collaboration and partnerships with other education providers, resulting in broader impacts on the education system. So, just like in DepEd, kung halimbawa nasa kinabibilangan ka lang ng isang school, kinakailangan mo as a school leader, kinakailangan mo na maki-collaborate or you need to deal and have partnership and build relationship among educational providers, wherein kinakailangan mo ng access para mas magkaroon pa ng malawak na impact yung what kind of educational system you need to have in your school or in your area. Number 2, developing self and others. So, kinakailangan rin may pagbabago. Good school leadership should have a strong focus on continued professional development. Hindi dapat natitiwalag or kinakailangan na sa focus ka to be a good school leader. So, this start with leaders growing their own skills and knowledge through a commitment to professional development and personal health and well-being. Kinakailangan din natin dito ng kaisipan at kapasidad or yung abilidad mo na andun yung commitment mo or yung passion mo na maging isang school leader. So, this can help to create a culture empowered. Siyempre, andoon yung unity and yung respect na kinakailangang matamasa ng isang school or ng isang learner or co-educators or what within that premises. So, this can help to create a culture empowered. Kinakailangan na andun yung respect ng bawat isa. Self-dictated learning and responsibility, kinakailangan mo maging isang responsableng leader and leading by example to demonstrate how schooling staff can improve their teaching capacity. Siyempre, to be a leader is a good follower also. Next, number 3, promoting positive change in school environment. So, change vary rapidly. So, the change should remain consistent with the school's values and goals while genuinely working towards the improvement of student outcomes. Kinakailangan na i-promote mo as a school leader yung positibong pagbabago para sa environment ng school nyo. Kumbaga, andun yung view mo or yung pananaw mo or yung pagtingin mo in a way na andun yung pagbabago or andun yung positive attribute mo na mayroong pagbabagong magaganap. Number 4, driving school management. Kinakailangan rin na matuto kang mag-manage balancely ng isang school. So, it involves responsibility of connecting school's vision and mission and values with everyday operations to ensure the best learning outcomes for students. Kinakailangan na andun yung actions mo as a leader or yung responsibilities mo, you take your responsibilities to do the different survey or different school rounds wherein you can ensure or assure that every students will learn. So, leaders need to create strategic plans based on consultation with the staff, students, parents, and outside influences. So, kinakailangan mo rin makipag-collaborate or cooperate to create different strategic plans or yung different teaching plans wherein you can consult to the staff or your co-teachers. Of course, the students, kinakailangan mo rin yung opinion nila wherein kung saan ba sila mas free or mas nababagay or kumbaga kung saan yung kaya nilang gawin or kung saan sila komportable. And also, their parents, kinakailangan ng approval or ng consultation din ng mga parents and other outside influences like the barangay or the barangay officials wherein dapat it can consult also because it was all for the learners improvements or learning. Last, number 5, engaging and working with the community. So, kinakailangan mo rin na i-engage yung sarili mo at yung school and to work with the community. Hindi kailangan na kumbaga yung bakod or yung magkaroon ng gap between school and the community or society, kundi kinakailangan mong bagay or collaborate and kinakailangan mong i-attach yung school also within the community. So, a key focus that school leaders need to have is engaging. Kinakailangan mong makihalubilo to the wider community. Kumbaga, pwede mong i-promote yung school with when it comes to the different quality education you have. Also, the different aspects or attributes ng isang guro na kinakailangang ma-widen or ma-awaken yung pagka-pananaw ng isang individual or ng isang tao. So, schools are often comprised of a mixture of students from different cultural, linguistic, and spiritual backgrounds. Kinakailangan na these three aspects, kinakailangan na hindi siya kumbaga matapakan or ma-disrespect, kundi kinakailangan na andun yung respect and blended kumbaga yung yung respeto na mamumutawi sa isang mag-aaral within that school premises. So, leaders must interact with, celebrate the diversity of community. Best example of this was during Fiesta. Way back then when I was young, during elementary days, and even also in his high school days, our school are always presenting different cultural festivals, just like that. Kumbaga, nagpe-perform yung mga students or yung isang school with during Fiesta. Also, ensuring everyone is made to feel included. So, kinakailangan na andun yung pagtanggap at embrace ng bawat isa para sa isa't isa. So, need to foster good relationships and build strong partnerships to ensure positive outcomes are achieved across the sector. Kinakailangan na andun yung you build relationship and partnership with others in a positive way when it comes to become a leader, and in order to achieve the what we call the school leadership as you or as what the school leader who it is. I also have 10 keys to effective school leadership according to Teach Stout. So, number 1, charisma alone isn't leadership. Hindi mo matatawag na leadership kung mag-isa ka lang. Next, team teachers strategically for effectiveness. Kinakailangan mo ang iba or yung co-teachers mo na andoon para sa'yo to become effective leader. Next, focus staff meetings on student learning. Dapat andun yung goal or yung mission and vision mo as a leader. Next, use principles of adult learning. So, dapat andun yung prinsipyo. Next, apply elements of continuous improvement and innovations. Kinakailangan na maging open-minded ka or open ka sa ibang continuous improvement or innovation. Kumbaga, andun halimbawa sa technology. When it comes to technology and learning, kinakailangan na i-adapt mo as a teacher or as a leader yung new trend or yung nababagay or yung mas madaling pamamaraan para sa pagkatuto ng isang bata. Number 6, model your own professional learning. Kinakailangan na you as a leader was also a good follower. Sabi nga nila, a leader was a good follower. So, kinakailangan na kakitaan dapat ng iba yung pagiging isang leader mo when it comes to your profession. Halimbawa, you are a role model of in education. Kinakailangan na as a leader, andun yung respect or yung respect halimbawa, yung respect mo sa iba or yung mas mababa sa'yo or yung co-staff mo or members mo, and kaakibat nun, ibibigay or ibabalik din nila yung respect na gusto mong matamasa or makuha galing sa kanila. Next, resource allocation should reflect priorities. So, dapat andun yung resources, dapat available lang siya, kumbaga. Hindi dapat though hindi naman natin maiiwasan na yung mga resources ay nagkakaubusan or medyo struggle sa bawat isa sa mga bata na nag-aaral or gusto makapag-aral, dapat in a possible way or as much as possible, it can be resourceful or kumbaga madali siyang i-cite or kumbaga madali siyang i-handle or makuha or matamasa ng bawat mag-aaral. Next, involve staff in important decisions. Dapat wag kang magpadalos-dalos na magdesisyon mag-isa. Kumbaga, you cannot call yourself as a leader kung hindi ka dumidepende or hindi siya kumbaga depende or hindi ka magre-rely sa opinion ng iba. Dahil kinakailangan mo as effective leader yung opinion or yung kumbaga pananaw ng co-staff mo. Next, emphasize crucial principles of student learning. Dapat ang goal mo or yung vision mo is to emphasize the crucial principles or prinsipyo para sa pagkatuto ng mga bata. And last, plan for both change and sustainability. Dapat andun din yung goal mo or andun yung eyes mo to settle in that way na kailangan ng pagbabago and kailangan masustain yung karapat-dapat na matamasa ng isang mag-aaral when he or she is entering to that school or yung nasasakupan mo, kumbaga, wherein comes, kinakailangan ma-adapt or kinakailangan ma-action na agad kung may pagbabago at kinakailangan na ma-adapt agad kung andun yung bagong trend or bagong pagbabago.